Hello, chat. Hello, chat. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into a new day, more chaos, more adventure, and probably me crying my eyes out today. I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope y'all doing okay. Oh my god, there is so many words that I could say, but none of them feel right. I know this is just a game, guys. However, I am deeply attached to Trails. Oh, this is such a great track to like be doing my greeting. Hello, welcome. How you doing? How are
Hmm,
you?
I think I like you people.
That's a Shizuna. Oh, okay. I think I might be. Oh no, I might be frozen. Fireball did not do what it's supposed to do. My internet is struggling again, but it's not dead yet. I hope it does not die. Why am I covering Shizuna? Why was I covering Shizuna? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, my queen. My queen, I have sinned.
Hmm, I think I like you people.
Why did I switch my screen? Oh, there you go. Let's do that. Let's do that one more time.
Hmm, I think I like you people.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, welcome in guys. We're finally at the finale and I am honestly not ready. Oh my god. Susanna likes us. However, I do not like this track. And I'm already getting in the feels. I'm already in the feels. Yeah. Anyway, guys. Let's get right into this, shall we? Are you ready? I am not ready. I don't want to end this. Oh my god. Don't. I can't. I'm trying. Accept all the feels. I don't want to. Oh my god. I'm not kidding. My eyes are just like watering on their own just listening to this. Oh my god. I need to switch ASAP. Okay, there we go. Let's switch our screen. Oh my god. Let's move forward relentlessly, chat. We need to do that. Here we go. Well, I before we do that, I just want to check one thing. I just want to check one thing. I just want to check my checklist because I kind of did forget. Oh, I am somehow missing one dish somewhere. I don't know where, but everything else looks about right. It's kind of crazy that we cleared most of everything. I am kind of happy with that. I'm pretty sure we maxed out Loki, so this is like 33 out of 33. Yeah. What? Okay, I might have missed something somewhere again, but it's okay. Yeah. Back to the title, and we shall continue on. Oh my god, here we go. Finale time. I'm gonna cry.
And now a traffic update. Currently, the autobahns between Edith and Anchorville, as well as Edith and Longport, appear to be relatively clear in both directions. However, owing to the rocket launch planned for this afternoon, the outbound route from Edith to Longlai is currently backed up for 50 Salge.
Wow.
As this congestion is likely to escalate, and repeat on the route back this evening. Caution is advised for those heading to Eastern Calvert.
Next up, we have a report on the Republican Army's joint mock exercises, also scheduled for today. The presidential office states they will be done to assist Project Startaker for a prompt response to falling debris in the event of a failed launch.
It sounds like the Air Force and Army are finally on the move now that they're just under 3 hours before launch.
Yes. Evidently, we can no longer take these joint mock exercises at face value.
My god. I just want to cry already.
Kendra. Judith.
Can't blame them for getting lost in their heads after everything they heard.
In any event, time is of the essence right now. We ought to thank the good inspector for expediting our transit.
I sincerely thought it was Ren next to Van and not Yorda.
Yeah, this baby'll let us zip down south along the Autobahn. Speed limits be damned. Just gotta make it back to Edith by around 11.
This is another For Whom the Bell Tolls or something in Anchorville. Earlier in Anchorville, with the city hall restored to normalcy, Van and company pulled out before reuniting with Chloe, Daswani, and the Bracers. Hmm. Oh, Daddy Harvard is still there. Too soon. I don't know. He's kind of growing on me. You're saying Almata's foremost executive, Melchior, still lives then. So much for those reports of him digging his own grave during that strange phenomenon in the capital last year. There is no telling how, but some trick or another, that bottom-dwelling madman is back. He's not the only dangerous individual at large either. Nevertheless, chances are high that they have withdrawn from the city by now. That's just one of several reasons why we gotta make our way back to Edith on the double. We were hoping the cops and guild could handle the cleanup. Maybe even stand guard to be safe. Hello, Bubble. Welcome. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. So be it. If you're in that much of a hurry, then get going. Don't know why Firebot is still muted. Why, Firebot? Why are you doing that? trying to trying to scatter and get people to sign this board. Yeah. The thing is, we're trying to do it without her knowing, and so it's kind of like it's kind of hard to do it in like in servers that she's also part of, in case that she sees it. I actually forgot to close Discord. Because this could always be causing issues for me. There we go. Same goes on our end. If anything does happen, we've got the place covered. You just be careful out there, okay, Elaine? I will. Thank you, Alvis. We're counting on you all to hold down the fort. Hell yeah. If you don't have to leave right this second, mind waiting about 10 minutes or so? I have a little something to lend you. Ooh.
The first Grimcat and the Sword Hermit who made an appearance here are also in the mix, evidently. Oh, and about that other assistant of yours, Epstein's great-granddaughter. I wonder if she's with them too.
Asshole.
You can explain, can't you, Mom?
Yes. But keep in mind that these are my mother's affairs. All I can offer is either hearsay or my own guesswork. This much I can say for sure, though. She, Professor Hamilton, and Agnes's grandmother shared a close-knit relationship.
Okay.
Nearly 6 decades ago, my mother lived in the capital as an orphan. Crime was so rampant back then that by the age of 12, she was already a habitual pickpocket and burglar. It was then that she snuck into the home of a certain somebody. That somebody was none other than Sheena Dirk, the hero of the Democratic Revolution.
Yeah, it's from the orb that we watched, the Momentum Orb.
Retired from the world of politics.
The very first one,
She
too.
played on her piano a melody that drew my mother in, ridding her of all notions of thievery.
I immediately thought about the very first time that we saw this flashback, but like when he was telling us, like when we were hearing about this, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, game.
A series of events later, the two had bridged their multi-generational divide, becoming close friends. From what I gather, it was through Sheena's instruction that my mother discovered a new side of herself as a chansonnier. Not long after, Professor Epstein arrived from Le Mans State at the Republican government's invitation. They had brought him in to design Trion Tower, during which time he stayed at Sheena's residence.
Interesting.
In
Why
order to
Sheena's
select and
residence,
survey
though?
potential locations for the tower's construction, he had my mother, who was familiar with the capital, act as his guide.
Let me guess. The house that Agnes lived in the Ober district actually did belong to Sheena before they moved in and lived there. I'm trying to get Cherry involved too whenever she wakes up, and already got Mayo as well. Hell yeah. Panda, Candy, hell yeah. That is nice. Unfortunately, I'm not really. I don't really watch that many other streamers who like play Resi. I'm such a JRPG person, Bubble. I'm sorry. But I think I don't know. I'll see. I'll see if I could get a few people to like chip in there as well.
Shortly thereafter, his disciple Latoya and foster daughter Lilia also came to join him in the Republic.
Of course.
Though this threw my mother off at first, she and the girls soon took to one another, and before long, a site for the tower was decided. As a reward for
Latoya?
her help, Professor Epstein gifted my mother the Phantanox Compact.
Latoya is so pretty when she was young. Like, goddamn, she looks so fine.
If I had to guess, that little transformation tool may have been created using the same technology he used to work on the Genesees. That's likely the reason it reacts to them every now and again. In any case, my mother accepted the compact despite her hesitation, kicking off our family tradition of working double lives.
Oh no. Why, Bubble? Why did you have to mention me? Oh my god, I am no one important, honestly. Don't do that. I'm nobody. I'm a nobody. Let's just keep it that way. Because you're the goat. No. You're the goat, Bubble. So we're getting the shout out. Let's go. I don't want that shout out. I don't want people to know where I am from. And let's keep it that way. I still feel a little bit weird when someone asks me where I am from. Valid reasons. I don't know. I told them you love JRPGs. I do love JRPGs. JRPGs are my life, if I have to say. JRPGs are my life. I should change my name to JRPG Silva. What do you guys think?
As for Latoya, Lilia, and the Professor, they continued to keep in touch even after returning to Lamont State.
You guys think we can
2
beat this
years
finale
later,
in one
however,
stream?
Word of Professor Epstein's death suddenly reached Sheena and my mother. My
Hmm.
mother then took a horse-drawn carriage to Lamont and reunited with Lilia and Latoya. The loss of the professor resulted in much turmoil, and amidst it all, my mother was tasked by Latoya and Lilia with bringing the latter back to Calvert in secret. Lilia was then
What?
taken into Sheena's household, spending several years with her under a different surname. When Sheena eventually passed at the age of 80, Lilia, with my mother's aid, learned to fend for herself at 18 and began living on her own. From then until the day Lilia left this world at age 46, she and my mother supposedly remained the best of friends.
That is
And
kind of odd.
included in their circle, I'd wager, was Latoya Hamilton, the only one of the 3 disciples who knew the truth.
Hmm. So that's how it went. And the origin of this compact too. It's safe to say Dominique really does have a connection to Gran then. Not just her, but also Agnes's grandmother, taken before her time. Theirs was a bond of camaraderie spun around the days of the Orba Revolution. I don't know how to do Harwood, but guys, listen to this. Okay, never mind. Yet, it is those very same threats that woves a secret pact concerning the 8 pieces of the professor's legacy. Don't listen. I don't know how to do his voice. I don't know. That was shit. You can't back down. I did. That was absolute shit. I'm sorry, Harwood. Thus were they spread far and wide, with one even passed along to the tyrant in Langford 40 years back. Granted, I haven't had a clue as to the extent of either the woman's involvement in the house of that process. But wouldn't it follow that these replicas the Mad Me Professor created were also scouted by Grimcat the First? No. That actually makes sense. That Dominic is the one who spread the Genesees around. But why would he leave a diary saying that we need to find them? He just what? Foresaw the fucking future? Tell me, Yorda. You can't just toss out wild guesses like they're facts. Unfortunately, no matter how well is I can't do Bear Guard. I can't do any of the men's voice. I can't even do Aaron. She journeyed across Calvert and the rest of Zemuria before hanging up her whip. Her fiery passion for the arts, whether as an acting coach, producer, or otherwise, was surely genuine, of course. But I can't deny the sense of urgency she gave off, as if there was a mission of grave importance driving her. Therein may lie her true motive for accompanying Agnes to the capital. Yeah, so we need to head back. Depending on the context, it may also relate to the supposed lie Agnes told. Yeah, that part I don't understand. That could easily have been no more than Melchior's arbitrary ravings. 2 nights ago, I saw a girl walk into Trion Tower, blonde with a school uniform on. Yeah, that's when we were doing Jeffrey's quest. Altar down. It was crowded, so I couldn't be positive, but it had to be her. For some reason, Agnes entered the tower even though it was closing early for maintenance. But when I asked her about it the next day, she acted completely clueless. And now that I think about it, your Grammy mentioned having someone meet her later that night, didn't she? A mind like a steel trap, this one. Gran was putting Green and them at her house in Basel that night. But with the latest communication technology, you could hold a conversation no different from being in person. It may be then that Mrs. Claudel, the eldest Miss Lancer, and Professor Hamilton were in discussion at the time. I don't get it. Even if they were, what could they have been talking about? The end? That's why we need to hurry back to the capital and find out. Plus, it's July 12th, the day she turns 17. It's her birthday! It's Anissa's birthday. Wouldn't want all of Yume's birthday party hype to go to waste. Aww. My god, do not mention Yume's. Oh my god. If we can make it happen today, then so much the better.
Thanks, Mom. We'll hear the rest straight from Grammy's mouth.
As you ought to. Both as her granddaughter and the Grim Cat of today.
Oh, good. You're still here. I think you'll appreciate what I've brought.
Ooh. Ooh.
Might that be?
A lifesaver is what it is. About time we hit the road then.
Let's go, Ven. I love it. Aw, Howard is... Daddy Howard's not coming with us? What a shame. I would have loved to, like, him to keep us company. Maybe not in the car where he could poison everyone, but... you get it. Okay, I need to drop the Daddy Howard bit.
We'll have Giordano give us a lift back to the capital once we've made sure those vestiges didn't leave any nasty surprises behind.
We can fill Bermati in on the details too. So you guys just focus on getting to Agnes, okay?
That's the plan.
Me? I plan on hitching a ride myself, right after my checkup at noon. Anything to vamoose before those debt collectors catch my to lend you kiddos a helping hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. I thought he was working for Hayway to pay his debts.
I'm still not quite following, but basically, you've got important business to attend to back in Edith, right? Safe travels. Let's hang out again the next time you're in the area, Reset.
Aww.
What my asswipe of a dad does means F all to me. The Oathbreaker pulling his smarmy nose out of her crap, though? Now that was a twist.
No kidding.
Well then, with the face beneath the mask confirmed, it's my cue to pack it in and bow out. Don't take this as your reward for the 4 SPG.
Honestly, I have to say this. His VA did a phenomenal job.
But I'll keep an eye on these parts in case those dregs try to pull a fast one.
I
Today, at least.
I don't know if you're the one to
Guy
keep
must have
an
had some
eye.
hang-ups from his old job at the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Anyway, sounds like the other enforcers are in the wings, so we'll let him play sentry in the meantime. On that note, it's a small surprise you opted to tag along with us.
Hardly. I'm pretty positive Ix already skipped town anyway. Besides, you put a lot of work in for my request. I've got to make that up to you on some level.
Yeah? In that case, the more the merrier.
Aw.
A girl of integrity after all, I see.
We're happy to have the extra firepower, too.
Definitely. Right now, getting to Agnes and Ren takes precedence.
I need
news,
Ren
though.
back.
Both of their Zyphus are completely isolated from the network.
What?
The only explanation that comes to mind is that they're in some kind of special, signal-restricting environment.
That figures.
I understand Agnes, but why Ren?
But that aside, Catra,
You holding up okay about your own grandma?
I am. Finding out Kevin has been after her all this time did come as a shock, obviously. But she has more than a few allies. And my gut tells me Swin and them have their own plans brewing. That being said, I'm not exactly accepting of everybody on her side.
Catra.
Yeah.
The particulars elude us. That is, until you can inquire about them directly.
My thoughts exactly. I have a hunch we'll get a chance to make contact after the launch is over. One way or another. Young
So
and Essie
precious.
are probably ready to act too, so... All I can do now is stick to the Spriggan way.
Oh my god.
Listen to you,
Let's
talking
go,
the talk.
Catra.
Do allow us to assist when it comes time to walk the walk, as it were.
Yeah. Besides, this is Professor Hamilton we're dealing with. No way she
He is
doesn't
so
have her
precious.
reasons. But first, we need to meet with Agnes and Dominique and see what they know.
No need to tell us twice.
You said it. This time, I'm gonna be the one grilling Grammy for a change.
Ramadi's already on the case, so a lead is sure to follow soon.
I'm honestly so proud of the end, the beginning. I love this screen. This is so pretty. This is gonna be my next wallpaper. Oh my god. Can we finish the finale today, chat? Probably not.
Jack and Hal caught me up a bit ago. Sounds like things have gone upside down and sideways. That
Don't
aside,
they
I was able to
always?
pinpoint the limousine that picked up Agnes and company late last night. They seem to have made their way into the presidential office in the Von Tai district, but there hasn't been any other movement since.
Yeah. That would make sense. Dominic is indeed a cohort of hers, whereas Agnes may be collaborating in some way we have yet to fathom. Then on the flip side, Ren's only being held captive because she's got caught in the crossfire, right? That is a distinct possibility, yes. It may be that they are sequestered in separate parts of a presidential office, among other alternatives. At any rate, they're probably in rooms with all devices removed and zero network connection. This is number 15 we're talking about, the legendary Kitty. If she's being declawed, then that says it all.
Sweet Helios almighty. It's just been one bombshell after another this entire call.
What was he talking to?
When Inspector
Nate?
Swanee reported the Anchorville case is more or less closed, we figured that was that. But
Then he ordered me to work together with you. And now, here I am patching into some confidential secret share-a-thon.
Can you shut up, Nate? Seriously, we're trying to save the world. And our kids. We need to save them kids. After all, we've got a part-timer and some associates who are likely being illegally detained. And up against us ain't just any CID analyst, it's Renee Kincaid, the president's aide and the sword at his side. Best to have every card we can play up our sleeve, be they bracers, informant, or even the fuzz. Nate's pissed.
Van. Please, detective. We would really appreciate help.
Only because it's Anya's, though. No comment. I mean, sure, this is the first I have ever heard about her being President Gramhart's kid. But at the end of the day, she and the rest of you have had our backs who knows how many times now. This is your chance to earn some macho creed. Maybe rely that spark between you and your girl. Who asked you? And we're plenty head over heels for each other already. Thank you very much. I mean, if you acted like a hero, she will like you even more.
To be honest, I'm with the inspector on this one. CID's gone way out of line. They've been keeping this whole ulterior motive behind the space program under wraps from not only the public, but regular law enforcement too. Putting civilians under lock and key just tops it all off, even if one of them's the president's daughter. That's enough excuse to help out a bit until the inspector can make it back. But
Thank you, Nate.
the law, got it? I'm not looking to lose my badge here.
Sure. Yeah, we hear you. Seriously though, this makes a real difference. Well now, that's settled. We might want to arrange a little meetup. Which reminds me, Ren may have been a no-go, but I did happen to get in touch with her fellow student council members, Albert and Odette. They have been mounting their own search. Mind if I extend the invite to them since you're in the same boat? Oh yeah? Yeah. Ren's really toughened them up, hasn't she? Having them on our side should let us breathe easier. But they're still just normal kids though. Why do I call Risha and Nina too? Yeah, I would not recommend that. The roof's plain today. Speaking of Hayaway, about that intel on them and Marduk we discussed. Old man's getting another story, but I can probably get a beat on Ashen. Incidentally, Mariable arrived at the capital's garrison approximately 2 hours earlier on our company's high-speed airship. Interesting. Nina Fenley, right? The one who revealed herself to be some special saint? Yes. How do you know about that, Yorda? I have hiccups, guys. I think that did it. Yeah, I'm good. Already on the loop, huh? But yeah, 10 to 1 says she's on the move on her on that end. All good members, rank A and above, have been notified, by the way. Ooh. Or so I was told by the guild master, Evans, when he arrived to assist Edith Branch last night. Evans, that guy people say is crazy strong? The eminent S-rank racer who binds the guild name and headquarters and cross-continental branches together. Doubtless he is a remarkable individual indeed, being Cass's senior. Holy shit, seriously? Must be, if even you're talking about him, Master. Not that I haven't heard a few rumors myself. Man, could we use an old hand like that in our corner? Guy's basically a walking game breaker. Is he though? That might prove difficult, as independable as he is, there's quite a lot resting on his shoulders. One, in his position, can directly oppose the presidential administration, hence why Jin and I are at your service. The both of us, facing off with Renee. You better believe I'll jump at that. Just what's going on between these two? They seem awfully chummy back at Nemeth Island too. I mean, do you really want to know, Yorda? You don't want to know, you're still a child. Ooh, we're back home. Oh, we're meeting at our office? It's Maxim. Please let this be voiced. Albert, Odette, thanks for coming. Of course, it's looking like you had business with us either way.
To put it mildly, yes. Though we weren't counting on you all returning so quickly.
Late last night, an orb mail came in from Agnes and Ren saying they were back in the capital. But when they didn't respond to us all morning, alarm bells started going off in our heads.
Of course. And then, around half an hour ago, Ren sent another orb mail, this time with a video attached. You also said the stuff on it made it sound like she already knew we would be here.
That's right. Just have a look for yourself.
Okay.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. No interference, even while under shard soundproofing. All right, this should do. Sorry, Odette. You too, Albert. I did try to send this directly to Van at first.
Oh my god. I don't like this music, first of all. I do not like this music, and I'm ready to cry my eyes out.
But the main channels around the capital are completely blocked off, so I decided to use a land bypass instead. Please deliver this video to Van and them if possible. They should be arriving from Anchorville right about now. For the moment, try visiting Monmar in the 8th District. Oh yes, and let me give you the address of his go-to informant.
She has suspect every step of the way. That's Miss Bright, yes. She may give us a fuller grasp on the situation. Yeah.
At the moment, I'm being confined in a corner of the presidential office. But although they've placed me in a room devoid of any terminals or network access, it does have, if nothing else, a security camera.
She hacked the camera.
Thanks to a
Hell
little
yeah.
trick I had up my sleeve, I was able to hijack it and send you this message. Oh, and don't worry, no one's been rough with me in the slightest. They even provided me with a luxurious breakfast this morning. In all
Yeah.
likelihood, they're planning to set me free just as soon as this afternoon's rocket launch has concluded. My apologies, though. I was separated from Agnes and Dominique last night. It seemed as though they had some sort of discussion with the president, but I wasn't able to catch it on the interior surveillance system. Also, while I hate to say this where Judith can hear, there's definitely something going on with Dominique.
Uh-oh.
Judging by a rather disquieting exchange between her and Kincaid, could it be that she has a connection to Professor Hamilton? What's more, those white replicas are apparently the professor's work. I'm still wrapping my head around it, but it must be doubly hard on you, Katra.
Guys, can she like stop being right about this? I just want to cry my eyes out at the moment. Man, I wish I was as smart as Ren, but also I love how she just like, oh, just checking boxes, just checking freaking boxes as she listens to shit. I love that.
Now, on to the main concern. I don't believe Agnes has been taken very far away. To start, the president has no plans to leave Edith. That would suggest he is seeing his plans through from somewhere in the vicinity. You may think, if not here in the presidential office, then perhaps the ruling party's headquarters. or else the capital's garrison, which you've previously visited. Wrong on both counts. It's bound to be a confidential location beyond the likes of either of those. For example, a place easily accessible from the head of state's official residence and capable of sustaining attacks from weapons of mass destruction. Ah, here's a shot in the dark. Maybe the presidential office has an underground sector of sorts.
Interesting.
I doubt I can keep the wool pulled over their eyes for much longer, so this'll have to end here. Be seeing you soon. Oh, and don't forget the birthday party arrangements. Agnes's presents won't get themselves.
Oh. It's just a big old cheater. She even got onto Grammy with the professor deals. This gives us a lead on where Agnes is being held. The property underwent a large scale directly after the current administration took office. Interesting. Work supposedly continued all the way through spring, integrating tunnels below multiple other districts along the way. Interesting. Murmurings went around that what they had built was a massive subterranean bunker. Once that could withstand, say, a blast of light from the retributive tower. A blast of light from the retributive tower, or a direct hit by a nuclear weapon. What the hell are they making that stuff with? This is so Far Cry 5. Really now? In that case, it may as well be this facility also bears a relation to the space program's true objective. Perhaps it was even meant as a backup for the space base near Longlai. That is perfectly within reason, should our speculations prove true. Just what the heck is that guy up to? You might as well swim. The presidential office all the way across town in Vantel district. Are we going or aren't we? Yeah, hold your horses, Nate. We're not just going to charge in there.
Hi, everyone! It's a little early, but lunch is ready.
I ordered something quick and filling to eat. Can't head into battle with no fuel in the tank.
Oh, oh my god.
We asked them to make enough to go around, so feel free to have as much as you want.
Oh, is there a time to like wander? Oh my god.
Never seen you rush out this soon after coming home. But I can tell it's for a good reason.
It is, sir.
No sense holding you up with my rambling then. Dinner will be on the table tonight too, so you best not miss it.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it. Appreciate you looking out for us.
We'll make sure to bring our appetites.
You've got something special cooking to commemorate the launch, right? Can't wait to see how it pairs with a nice stiff drink.
I'm still a little concerned about Yorda, but she does seem to be looking healthier now. As I said this morning, though, don't go pushing yourself too hard. Can you promise me that?
Fine, whatever. And, thanks again.
Aww.
You're very welcome.